Title: The Seven Princesses. In a beautiful kingdom called Lumina, known for its stunning castles, lush gardens, and kind people, there lived a wise and benevolent queen named Serafina. She had 7 daughters, each with a special gift. Characters: Princess Aria, gifted with a beautiful singing voice that could soothe any creature. Princess Bella, known for her kindness and healing abilities. Princess Celeste, had a talent for astronomy and could navigate by the stars. Princess Dahlia, a skilled gardener whose touch made plants flourish. Princess Elara, an artist whose paintings could come to life. Princess Fiona, a warrior princess, brave and strong. Princess Giselle, a brilliant mind with a talent for solving puzzles and riddles. Inciting incident. One day, an evil sorceress named Morgoth, envious of the kingdom's happiness, casts a spell over Lumina. The spell causes the sun to disappear, plunging the kingdom into eternal night. The queen falls into a deep sleep, and the only way to break the spell and wake her is to find the 7 pieces of the Sunstone, hidden across the realm. Call to adventure. The princesses, determined to save their mother and their kingdom, decide to embark on a quest to find the pieces of the Sunstone. They promise to use their unique gifts to help each other succeed. Preparing for the journey. Each princess prepares in her own way. Aria practices her songs to charm wild creatures. Bella packs herbs and potions for healing. Celeste studies maps and stars. Dahlia collects seeds and plants. Elara gathers her paints and brushes. Fiona sharpens her sword and practices combat moves. Giselle studies ancient books and puzzles. First challenge: the Enchanted Forest, 2,000 words. Entering the forest. The princesses enter a dark, enchanted forest where the first piece of the Sunstone is rumored to be hidden. Wild animals. Aria sings to calm a group of wild wolves that block their path. Sick creature. Bella heals a wounded deer, who in gratitude shows them a hidden path. Lost in the dark, Celeste uses her knowledge of the stars to navigate through the dense forest. Dying plants. Dahlia uses her gift to revive the plants, revealing a hidden entrance to an underground cave. Finding the first piece. Inside the cave, they face a series of puzzles and traps. Giselle solves an ancient riddle, and Elara paints a bridge to cross a chasm. They find the first piece of the Sunstone guarded by a giant spider. Fiona bravely fights off the spider, and they retrieve the piece. Their journey takes them to icy mountains. The cold is harsh, and the terrain is treacherous. Avalanche. Fiona's strength helps clear a path after an avalanche. Cold and hunger. Bella shares her healing herbs to keep everyone warm and healthy. Finding shelter. Dahlia finds a hidden cave where they can rest, using her plants to create warmth. Navigating. Celeste guides them using the stars, despite the snowstorm. Finding the second piece. They come across a frozen lake where the second piece is trapped under the ice. Giselle solves a puzzle etched on an ice wall, revealing the safe way to retrieve the piece without breaking the ice. Elara paints a heat source to melt the ice carefully, and they obtain the second piece. The next part of their journey leads them to a scorching desert filled with mirages and illusions. Heat and thirst. Bella creates a potion to help them withstand the heat. Mirages, Giselle uses her logic to see through the illusions. Finding the way, Celeste once again navigates using the stars, even in a bright desert day. Hostile creatures, Arya sings to pacify a group of aggressive sand serpents. Finding the third piece. They find the third piece guarded by a sphinx who asks them riddles. Giselle answers the riddles correctly, and they are granted the third piece. Their journey takes them underwater, where they need to find the fourth piece in an underwater kingdom. Breathing, Bella creates a potion that allows them to breathe underwater. Navigating, Celeste uses her knowledge of underwater currents. Sea creatures, Arya sings to calm dangerous sea creatures. Underwater garden, Dahlia uses her powers to find a hidden entrance among seaweed and coral. Finding the fourth piece. They meet the queen of the underwater kingdom, who challenges Elara to paint something beautiful. Elara paints a stunning underwater scene, impressing the queen and earning the fourth piece of the Sunstone. Climax, confronting Morgoth, 1,000 words. Returning to the kingdom. With 4 pieces in hand, the princesses return to Lumina. Morgoth, realizing they are close to succeeding, confronts them directly. The princesses use their combined gifts. Arya's song weakens Morgoth. Bella heals her sisters when they are injured. Celeste uses the stars to guide their attacks. Dahlia creates barriers with plants. Elara's paintings come to life to help in the battle. Fiona fights bravely with her sword. Giselle solves the final riddle to unlock the power of the Sunstone. Defeating Morgoth. They manage to combine the 4 pieces, which emit a powerful light. Morgoth is defeated by this light, and the spell over the kingdom is broken. The princesses return to the castle and use the Sunstone's light to wake Queen Seraphina. The sun returns to Lumina, and the kingdom is restored to its former glory. Celebration. The kingdom celebrates the bravery and unity of the 7 princesses. They are hailed as heroes, and each princess continues to use her unique gift to help their people. The princesses reflect on their journey, realizing that their individual strengths and their bond as sisters made them unstoppable. They pledge to always protect their kingdom together.
Once upon a time, in a beautiful kingdom called Eloria, there lived a kind and adventurous princess named Arya. She had long, flowing hair the color of gold and eyes as green as emeralds. Princess Arya loved exploring the enchanting forests that surrounded her kingdom, filled with magical creatures and ancient secrets. One day, while wandering deeper into the woods than she ever had before, Arya discovered a hidden glade bathed in a soft, golden light. In the center of the glade stood a magnificent unicorn with a gleaming white coat and a spiraled horn that sparkled like a diamond. The unicorn's eyes were deep and wise, and it seemed to radiate a gentle, calming presence. "Hello, Princess Arya," the unicorn spoke, surprising her. "I am Lumina, the guardian of this forest." Princess Arya bowed respectfully. "It's an honor to meet you, Lumina. What brings you to this hidden glade?" Lumina explained, "This forest has been protected by my magic for centuries, but a dark force has begun to creep into our land. An evil sorceress named Morgana seeks to corrupt the heart of Eloria and plunge it into eternal darkness. I need your help, Princess Arya, to save our kingdom." Arya, always brave and ready for an adventure, agreed without hesitation. "What must I do?" Lumina continued, "There is a powerful artifact called the Star of Light, hidden deep within the crystal caves. This artifact can dispel Morgana's darkness and restore peace to Eloria. But the journey to the caves is perilous, and only someone with a pure heart and courage can retrieve it. With Lumina by her side, Princess Arya set off on the quest. They traveled through enchanted forests, crossed sparkling rivers, and climbed towering mountains. Along the way, they encountered various challenges and creatures, including mischievous sprites and protective guardians of the forest. But with Lumina's magic and Arya's bravery, they overcame each obstacle. After many days of travel, they finally reached the entrance to the Crystal Caves. The cave's entrance was guarded by a fierce dragon, scales shimmering like molten gold. The dragon roared, blocking their path with a wall of fire. Arya stepped forward, her heart steady. "Great dragon, we seek the Star of Light to save our kingdom from darkness. Please allow us to pass." The dragon, sensing Arya's sincerity and courage, lowered its fiery barrier and allowed them to enter. Inside the caves, they navigated through a labyrinth of glowing crystals until they reached a chamber where the Star of Light floated, casting a radiant glow. Just as Arya reached for the star, Morgana appeared, her dark magic swirling around her. "You cannot take the Star of Light. Eloria will be mine." A fierce battle ensued. Lumina used her magic to shield Arya from Morgana's attacks, while Arya bravely fought back with the light of the star. With a final burst of courage, Arya unleashed the Star of Light's power, banishing Morgana and her darkness forever. The light from the star spread throughout Eloria, restoring peace and harmony. Princess Arya and Lumina returned to the kingdom as heroes, celebrated by all. The land flourished once more, filled with magic and wonder. From that day on, Princess Arya and Lumina continued to protect Eloria, ensuring that it remained a place of beauty and joy. Their story became a legend, reminding everyone that with bravery, friendship, and a pure heart, even the darkest times could be overcome. And so, Princess Arya and Lumina the unicorn lived happily ever after, guardians of a kingdom where magic and light reigned supreme. Title Rich and the Broke Princess. Once in a kingdom far, far away, there were two princesses. Princess Lily, who lived in a grand castle and had everything she could ever want, and Princess Rosie, who lived in a cozy cottage and had to be thrifty with her belongings. Introduction to the two princesses and their different lifestyles. Princess Lily had golden hair and blue eyes, and she loved to wear fancy dresses and sparkly tiaras. Princess Rosie had brown hair and green eyes, and she wore simple, colorful clothes. They lived in different parts of the kingdom and had never met each other. Description of the appearance and lifestyles of golden hair, blue eyes, luxurious clothing and brown hair, green eyes, colorful attire. One day, Princess Lily's carriage broke down near Princess Rosie's cottage. Princess Rosie kindly offered to help, and soon they got to talking. They realized that despite their different lifestyles, they both loved to explore and have fun. Golden hair, blue eyes, luxurious clothing's carriage breaks down near brown hair, green eyes, colorful attire's cottage, leading to their first meeting. Princess Lily showed Princess Rosie all the luxurious things in her castle, and Princess Rosie showed Princess Lily the simple joys of her cottage. They laughed, played games, and shared stories late into the night. They became the best of friends. The princesses spent time together, learning about each other's worlds and forming a strong friendship. As they spent more time together, Princess Lily learned to appreciate the little things in life, and Princess Rosie learned that it's okay to enjoy fancy things sometimes. They realized that true wealth is having a friend who accepts you for who you are. The princesses learned valuable lessons from each other and cherished their newfound friendship. From that day on, Princess Lily and Princess Rosie visited each other often. They had grand adventures in the castle and fun picnics in the countryside. They showed everyone in the kingdom that friendships can bloom in the most unexpected places. Conclusion of the story. Emphasizing the importance of their friendship and the adventures they have together. And so, Princess Lily and Princess Rosie lived happily ever after, knowing that no matter the size of their castles or the wealth in their possession, having a true friend was the greatest treasure of all. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful princess who lived in a beautiful palace. There was a lake surrounding the palace garden. The princess had a golden ball, and she loved to play with it. One day, while playing in the garden, the ball fell into the lake. Feeling very upset and helpless, the young lady started weeping loudly for dropping her favorite ball into the lake. Upon hearing her wail, a frog hopped out of the lake and asked, "Why are you crying, sweet princess?" She told him about her golden ball which fell into the water, and she did not know how to get it back. The frog quickly said, "I can help you to get your golden ball, but what will you give me in return?" The princess promised to give the frog anything that he desired. The frog immediately dived into the lake and fetched the ball for the young princess. Seeing her ball, the princess was very happy. The frog then reminded her about her promise. The princess asked him, "What do you want me to do for you?" The frog replied, "Well, I want to be your friend, eat from your golden plate, and sleep in your palace." However, the princess did not quite like his idea, but she agreed and rushed back to her palace. The next morning, the frog came to the palace and knocked on the door. The princess saw the frog, but she didn't open the door for him. He shouted from outside, "I have come to live with you in your palace, dear princess." Hearing this, the princess started crying and ran to her father. When the kind-hearted king heard about the promise, he told her gently, "A promise is a promise, and you must keep your word, my dear. You must allow the frog to stay with you in the palace." The princess was annoyed, but she had no other choice but to let the nasty frog stay with her. That evening the frog sat next to the princess and had dinner from her golden plate. Thereafter, he followed her to the bedroom and jumped into her bed to sleep on her pillow. Seeing this, the princess got furious and picked him up from her bed and threw him against the wall in disgust. Suddenly, the nasty frog turned into a handsome prince. He told the princess that he was actually under the spell of a vicious witch who had turned him into a frog. He was troubling her because he wanted someone to help him break the spell. Hearing this, the princess felt sorry for her misbehavior and fell in love with the prince instantly. Soon after, they got married and lived happily ever after.
Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there was a beautiful princess named Ella. She had long golden hair, sparkling blue eyes, and a smile that could light up the darkest night. Ella lived in a grand castle with her father, King Richard, and her mother, Queen Isabella. The castle was surrounded by lush green forests, rolling hills, and a sparkling blue river that flowed gently through the kingdom. Ella was loved by everyone in the kingdom because she was kind, generous, and always ready to help those in need. She would often visit the villages, bringing food and gifts to the poor and sick. The people adored her and would always look forward to her visits. Despite being a princess, Ella never thought herself better than anyone else. She treated everyone with kindness and respect, and her heart was pure and full of love. One sunny day, while Ella was walking in the forest, she heard a soft cry for help. Following the sound, she came across a little bird trapped in a thorny bush. The bird's wing was injured, and it couldn't fly. Ella gently freed the bird, took it back to the castle, and nursed it back to health. The bird, grateful for Ella's kindness, stayed by her side from that day on. Ella named the bird Pippin. As the years passed, Ella grew into a young woman. She became even more beautiful, and her kindness only grew. Many princes from far and wide came to the kingdom, hoping to win her heart. But Ella's heart belonged to someone she had never met. Since she was a little girl, Ella had dreams of a brave knight who would come and sweep her off her feet. She knew in her heart that this knight was out there somewhere, waiting to find her. One day, a terrible storm hit the kingdom. The wind howled, and the rain poured down in torrents. The river overflowed, flooding the villages and causing great distress to the people. King Richard and Queen Isabella were worried, and they called upon the kingdom's strongest and bravest knights to help. Among them was a young knight named Sir Henry. He was tall, with dark hair and piercing green eyes. He was known for his bravery and strength, and he had come from a distant land to offer his help. Sir Henry worked tirelessly to help the people of the kingdom. He built dams to stop the flooding, rescued those trapped by the rising waters, and brought food and supplies to those in need. Ella watched him from a distance, her heart fluttering with admiration. She had never seen such bravery and selflessness before. She felt a connection to Sir Henry, as if he was the knight from her dreams. After the storm had passed, the kingdom began to recover. Sir Henry was hailed as a hero, and the people celebrated his bravery. Ella knew she had to meet him. One evening, she invited Sir Henry to the castle for a banquet. As they sat together, Ella felt her heart race. She could see the kindness in his eyes, and she knew that he was the one she had been waiting for. Over the next few weeks, Ella and Sir Henry spent a lot of time together. They would go for long walks in the garden, ride horses through the countryside, and talk for hours. Ella told him about her dreams, and Sir Henry listened with rapt attention. He told her about his adventures and the places he had seen. They grew closer and closer, and soon, they fell in love. One day, as they were walking by the river, Sir Henry got down on one knee and took Ella's hand. "Princess Ella," he said, "from the moment I saw you, I knew you were the one for me. You are kind, brave, and beautiful. Will you do me the honor of becoming my wife?" Ella's eyes filled with tears of joy. "Yes, Sir Henry," she said, "I will." The kingdom rejoiced at the news of their engagement. The wedding was a grand affair, with people from all over the kingdom coming to celebrate. Ella wore a stunning white gown, and Sir Henry looked dashing in his knight's armor. They exchanged vows and promised to love and cherish each other for the rest of their lives. As time went on, Ella and Sir Henry ruled the kingdom together. They were loved by their people, and their kingdom prospered under their kind and just rule. They had many adventures together, facing challenges and overcoming them with courage and love. And they lived happily ever after, their love story becoming a legend that would be told for generations to come. Ella's dreams had come true, and she had found her brave knight. Together, they showed that with love, kindness, and bravery, anything is possible.